Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong says he believes the two ministers had done nothing wrong in the rental of the two properties at Ridout Road, and they retain his full confidence. Mr. Lee adds that accounting for the rentals in Parliament is not just about resolving the issue. It's also a demonstration of how the ruling People's Action Party is determined to uphold the standards it has set for itself from the beginning. Geraldine Yap has more.
Minister.
Speaking in Parliament, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong says he believes there is nothing wrong with ministers renting state-owned properties if the rules are followed.
Ministers in Singapore are paid a clean wage, realistic, competitive, but clean wage. They don't get perks, there's no official house to live in, you get a salary, it's for you to judge what you need it for your lives. Save it, give it away, spend it, put it in a house, travel, whatever. Therefore, where ministers decide to live, whether they want to rent, whether they want to buy, these are personal choices. And thus I see nothing wrong with ministers renting properties from SLA, or for that matter from a private landlord, provided it's properly done and all procedures are followed.
But due to public interest in the matter, Mr. Lee decided to task the Corrupt Practices Investigation Bureau to look into whether there was any criminal wrongdoing. He also asked his most experienced minister, Senior Minister Teo Chee Hean, to carry out a broader review of whether there was any other kind of misconduct. Mr. Lee says that's because ethics and standards of propriety are the Prime Minister's responsibility, and he cannot outsource them to an external party, such as an ethics advisor.
He decides whether a minister has acted properly or not in accordance with the code and the rules. If he thinks so, he should say so. If he thinks not, he must say not. He cannot say, I have no view, I do not wish to influence my ministers and my MPs. Ultimately, the Prime Minister is still accountable and he has to justify his position here to Parliament and answer to Singaporeans at the ballot box. Accuse himself.
Reaffirming his confidence in the two ministers, Mr. Lee says MPs have had full opportunity to ask questions and clarify doubts over this issue. He adds that accounting for the matter in Parliament shows the ruling People's Action Party's determination to uphold standards that it has set for itself since 1959.
This government has not and will never tolerate any compromise or departure from the stringent standards of honesty, integrity and incorruptibility that Singaporeans expect of us. In this case, we've investigated it. The ministers have been cleared. In other cases which come up, we will investigate it, and whichever way the facts fall out, they will be taken to their logical conclusion.
The Prime Minister says this is the foundation not just for the people's trust in the PAP government, but for the integrity and good functioning of the country's political system.